Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your boy Al Qualls, host of Guys Talking Sports. So we're just going to get right into it. There's not going to be no guests today. We're just going to get started, talk about everything that's going on in the world of sports today. So we're just going to hop right into it. So first off, let me thank everybody for subscribing to the podcast on iTunes and for checking me out on the YouTube as well. If you could check me out on YouTube, it's under Al Qualls. Catch me on Twitter if you got any questions related to sports or anything at I am Al Qualls. Again, that's IAMALQUARLES. I'll get a Facebook page up and running as soon as possible. But for now, let's just get right into it. Let's just start talking about sports today. And I want to start right off the topic with the NFL and the preseason games. More importantly, this whole talk about the Johnny Manziel thing. As you well know, as you are aware, Johnny Manziel is still the backup. I don't think they have made an official announcement whether or not if Hoyer is actually the starter going into Week 1. I really believe that he will be the starter in going into Week 1. I do actually see Manziel probably shifting the reins if the Browns are not doing well somewhere around Week 6. So I would expect a change there. But all in all, this is too much hype. Browns pretty much already said that all indications that Hoyer is going to be the starter. So people all the Johnny Manziel fans that are hoping that he starts by Week 1, I really doubt that that's going to happen. So as you are aware, that's something that you would have to look towards to. So basically, the whole thing is that the Browns already put their foot in their mouths, already said that Hoyer is going to be is basically going to be the starter. So it would look really foolish if they would change their opinions now. So all you Johnny Manziel fans may have to hold out until Week 6 and that's only if the Browns are not doing well. And wait, the indication of how the preseason is going with Hoyer, that may very well be in the plays for Manziel to start around Week 6. I would say between Week 4 and Week 6. But please, from a media perspective, and all those who are hyping about Manziel, I know that you're anxious to get him out there to help your team win. Please, do not give do not give. It's the whole thing with the Manziel is similar to how Tebow was. And I'm not saying, granted, that Manziel is definitely a way better player than Tebow was, but the whole landscape, the whole fan support, where the media, the people that's the commentators are actually praising Manziel for some of the things that he does, and it's just please take your time before you start saying that he should be starting. I agree that he may be a better player. To be honest, the only quarterback that had a good game this past preseason against the Washington Redskins was Shaw, and he's a third-string quarterback. But you don't hear people saying, he should automatically be the starter. The point I'm making is that you have to, understand that there's going to be a time. You just got to give it time. Johnny Manziel is not going to be able to save you right away. He still needs to learn some of the things, and definitely with that whole middle finger incident with the Washington Redskins with the media, he definitely has a lot to learn. And in given time, he'll grow up and he'll mature. But until then, I don't think that's somebody that you want to start with right away. Hoyer has already been established. He knows the system. He knows the plays well, and you just have to give him time to get out and running. Now, by all means, if the Browns is, like maybe like 1-4, 1-5, then by all means, then Johnny Manziel is going to be able to just come in and you can't get any worse than that. But I think that you need to really give this person, Manziel, time to mature, because he's definitely shown, even in the bright lights, that he's not ready to for the big stage yet. So, and I'm not saying, the people, defense now going to see that it gets under his skin, if they, they see blood in the water. So from a Browns perspective, they need to hold off before letting Manziel take over the reins. I think that would be a good thing for them as well, and it'll give Manziel time to actually see how things are progress from an NFL level. I mean, the preseason is not really doing anything for him at this particular point, but give him a couple of games under his belt, he may, he should be able to come out of it, and he should be able to grow in his, in his overall play and maturity level. So that's pretty much what I have to say about that. Right now, I'm trying to go back and forth between watching the USA versus the Dominican Republic. I'm on a time delay, so I'm playing catch up to what I'm looking at. I'll probably give a 5-minute review probably tomorrow about how I feel about the USA team. Somebody brought up an interesting point to me that was really I really didn't really think about per se. It was a quick thought, but with Durant, Kevin Durant withdrawing from the Team USA, it kind of makes me wonder if other superstars down the road is gonna end up doing something like that as well. And if that is the case, what would FIBA or Team USA, what would they what would Team USA have to do to bring in the stars to keep them there? I mean, the whole Paul George incident really opened up a lot of eyes for the superstars, and even though that they're playing on the team right now because of their commitment to the team, when the next time Team USA is called upon, I wonder how many people is going to think twice about actually accepting the role. And it's not because of what it is that you need to do for your country and the whole patriotic thing. It's more importantly the fact that, hey, look, if I get injured on Team USA, my team is fitting that bill for the doctors, for everything. So I think Team USA needs an incentive to get superstars to bring them aboard. I mean, I know that since the original Dream Team, everybody wanted to play for Team USA, but that's not the case, and this is a different generation. And someone also brought the attention that today's generation is not all about pride as per se. A lot of people have been there, done that. They probably want to give a lot of players been there, done that. They play for the Olympic teams. They play for Team USA. They've been to that. They've been there. Some have gold experiences. Some had less experiences, silver or even bronze. But the point I'm making is that you got a lot of people here, a lot of players now that are thinking twice about doing something that's patriotic. Not that I say I agree with it or disagree with it, but more so is that I understand that they want to be protective of any harm or injury, which is understandable because you can't have somebody get injured. I mean, of course they get injured playing pickup games around their way, but truth is that you have to understand that they want some type of insurance that if something was to happen, Team USA, they don't have to, the teams shouldn't have to worry or fit the bill for the medical expenses. And I kind of get that, and I kind of get a sense of that. That's what Team USA, I mean, the Players Association, I'm pretty sure is looking into this, and they do have to figure out what they're going to do somewhere down the road. Hopefully they'll get it right by the time the next time Team USA goes, not this season, but the next time that they go out to play for the FIBA tournament or the FIBA games. But thought it was very interesting about that scenario. Quick side note: I do have to do a quick talk about the preseason game about the New York Giants, and I'm sitting here scratching my head because as much as I haven't seen anything yet, and I'm just going to get right to the point. And I understand that the Giants incorporated a new West Coast offense, and I know that you're saying that you need to give it time. If you need to give it time, and everything will work out by the time the season starts. But I have to be honest with you. Watching the preseason games, I'm very skeptical about the whole offense. I mean, to be honest, put in a nutshell, it looked like it's continuing from where it left off last year. And as a Giant fan, as a Giant fan, you have to be very worried about this. And when I say worried, I mean very worried. Now, granted, week one, they could come out game busters putting up 40 points and calling it a day. Whether that will happen remains to be seen. But I do know this. The next preseason game is the tell-all tales. So if the Giants haven't scored, if the offense is not as fluently, I'm not going to say anything about scoring. If the offense is not as fluent as you're telling it to be, I think it's going to be another long season. And last week I talked about it with Earl Ross about this. As far as the NFC East is concerned, the way things are going right now with the Giants, I would not be surprised if the Giants and Cowboys battle for the worst possible record in the NFL. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. I'm just saying I would not be surprised. So that's one thing that, as a Giant fan, I have to see more, and that's pretty much what it boils down to. I have to see more. This preseason game, you have to show me something with the offense. I mean, the defense is average, but your offense is really going to be the tell of tales, right, for any Giants fan. And this preseason game is going to let us know exactly where we stand. If your offense is flowing, then that's one thing. But if you do not have any ability to score or put up points, how are you going to effectively be in a hunt for the NFC East? And we're just going to have to wait and see. It's something that I look forward to as a Giant fan, but the preseason to me is an important preseason game, and I'm very interested to see how the Giants will respond to that. I mean, with Eli Manning being where he is right now, and I don't know if it's a decline. I don't know what it is, whether it's a confidence level, but it has to be something. They need to get it right. And they need to show the fans that, yes, the West Coast offense is here to stay and is very effective. But as we have yet to see that. So that's my take about with the Giants. Still believe that the NFC East has more of a complete team. The NFC East, I'm sorry, the NFC as a whole has more great teams than what the AFC. Just my opinion at this particular point, but we'll maybe see a balance of shift there. Let me see what else I have to talk about. Oh, also, I have to say this right now, and a big thumbs up to Monet Davis. I know right now that they're playing in the Little League game right now, but she made the cover of Sports Illustrated, which is very huge. And kudos to her. I saw the interview about her saying that she want to play for UConn. That's her dream, to be the point guard for UConn. I mean, keep chasing your dreams, and it's a big shout out to you for doing what you're doing right now. And don't let nobody stop you, and continue to keep on doing you. Let's see. I really don't have anything else. I just saw that Derrick Rose was a late scratch from Team USA's expedition. The Tony Stewart situation. I just found out that Tony Stewart will sit out the sprint race at Bristol. Kudos. I'm not going to say kudos. Tony Stewart is doing the right thing as of right now. I'm more concerned the fact that NASCAR didn't really do anything to make it an official or make anything unofficial. It more so it gives Tony Stewart is a great racer. This whole situation, I hope that things will work out for both the victims and Tony Stewart. It's sad it was a sad incident. I really hope that things will work out for them. But Tony Stewart is doing the right thing right now, sitting out for for the Sprint Cup. Um, it's still a healing process. So I'm assuming that that's where Tony Stewart is as well. I mean, he's still a part of, what happened is very terrible, but he's still a part. It's affecting him just as well as it's affecting the victims as well. So that's pretty much all I have right now. I know that there's going to be more. I'm actually going to keep this short because of the simple fact is that I'm going to start doubling up on the podcast and on YouTube's as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into more of a daily podcast to get all the sports up and running. I'm going to do something completely different. I'm not going to bring it to everybody right now, but I will bring it up as soon as possible. It's beginning sometime next week. It's a new segment coming out, so be prepared to look out for me. Quick thank you to all those that listen to the podcast, that subscribe on iTunes, to all those that listen to me and hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. Thank you for your support. Also, shout out to my friends who comes in every now and then to give their opinions, to Earl Ross, to Adrian Catwell, to Joel Plummer. Those guys, I really enjoyed you guys giving in your insight as well. We will continue to do this more so in upcoming September with brand new people as well, brand new guests as well. We're definitely going to do something big. It's taking off a lot more faster than what I expected. So look out for new things that's coming up. Again, I want to thank everybody for checking out the podcast. Like I said, I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to do something new and just be out on the lookout. Again, you can catch this on YouTube. You can catch me on Google Plus. Catch me out on Google Plus Hangouts. If you have any questions, you can reach me there. Hit me up on a question and answer. Definitely will be happy to answer them. I'm gonna have a Q&A segment sometime this weekend, as a matter of fact, to answer all your questions, all your sports questions, and questions in general. Also, you can catch me on Twitter. I am ALQUARLES. Again, on Twitter, that's IAMALQUARLES. Again, you can check me out there. And for everybody, again, thank you so much for all your support, all your subscriptions. Keep subscribing. Tell other people about it. Subscribe on Google Plus. Circle me. I will circle you back. On YouTube, subscribe, like my page. Twitter, hit me up. I will definitely follow you back. Again, thank you very much for everybody for your support. Again, this is Al Cross, host of Guys Talking Sports, and we'll get back to you real soon. Thanks.